What's going on, guys? Welcome to Homecraft Cocktails. Cocktails you can make from the comfort of your home. My name is Briss, and this week we'll be going over the Clover Club. The Clover Club cocktail can be traced all the way back to the late 1800s in Philadelphia's Bellevue Stratford Hotel. This popular hangout spot would draw a social club full of writers, lawyers, and various titans of different industries who would convene there to talk about the different problems of the day. And this classic cocktail would take its name directly from the social club that would meet at that Philadelphia hotel. Published recipes for the Clover Club cocktail, which included gin, lemon juice, raspberry syrup, and egg white, would appear as early as 1901. The drink would unfortunately fall in popularity somewhere around the late 1920s to the 1930s. The drink would not see vast popularity again into the 21st century, and more specifically in 2008, when a Julie Rayner would open a bar in Brooklyn that was named after the cocktail itself. Naturally, the bar put a Clover Club on the menu, and it has been there ever since. And since then, it has been a staple in the modern cocktail community to this day. Now, with that brief history lesson out of the way, let's get down to actually making the drink. Now, first off, the Clover Club recipe does call for 1/2 ounce of raspberry syrup. However, if you are someone like me who does not own raspberry syrup, you can also just muddle 4 raspberries with about 1/2 ounce of simple syrup. And you want to muddle gently. Obviously, you don't want to just like straight up pulverize the stuff, but just make sure everything's like moderately incorporated with each other with the simple syrup and the raspberries. After your raspberry syrup or your muddled raspberries and simple syrup, you'll want to use 2 ounces of gin. After that, you'll want to do 1/2 ounce of fresh squeezed lemon juice. After your lemon juice, you want to do 1 egg white. And if you're not a fan of using egg white, you can also use aquafaba, which is like an egg white substitute. Now, the reason for the egg white or aquafaba, if you are someone that just does not want to use egg white, or if you're a vegan, is to give the drink a sense of frothiness, basically, gives it more body. While it is technically optional, I think it does a great deal of making the cocktail what it truly is. So next you'll want to fill your shaker with ice and shake for about 10 to 15 seconds with making sure that you hold it really tightly, because the aquafaba or the egg white will cause air pressure to build. So you want to make sure you hold it really tightly so it doesn't just go everywhere. After shaking, you'll then want to strain into your cocktail glass. And if you're one like me who actually muddled the raspberries, you'll want to actually double strain so that you get rid of all those like fine, ice shards, as well as the bits of raspberry that we have in there. So after straining into your cocktail glass, and if you did notice, I did switch out my standard cocktail glass for a Coupe glass, because this is actually the glass you're supposed to use for a Clover Club. My mistake. So once you strain into your Coupe glass, you'll then want to garnish with 3 speared raspberries. And there we have the Clover Club. And now that we have our drink, let's give it a taste. Okay, so Clover Club is honestly one of my favorite drinks. It's a little more work if you don't have the raspberry syrup, having to muddle the actual raspberries with the simple syrup. However, the work is very much so worth it, in my opinion. The drink is very balanced. And I mean, I know I use balance a lot when reviewing cocktails, but I mean, that really is the key to making a good cocktail. Is you don't want something that's too sweet or too sour or too strong. You know, you kind of want just a really well-rounded drink altogether. And that's exactly what this cocktail provides. It's tart due to the lemon juice, and it's also sweet due to the raspberry syrup, you know, whether you already had raspberry syrup or you made it yourself. And the gin, which is more herbal, plays very well with the lemon juice and the raspberry syrup. And even outside of taste, I mean, just aesthetically speaking, the cocktail looks really good. I mean, obviously ignore the fact that I already drank out of it, so it kind of messes it up a little bit, but the cocktail just looks elegant, dainty, majestic. You know, it honestly just looks like something that you would find in like a cocktail magazine. Like if there was any cocktail that you want to show someone how good cocktails can look, at least in, you know, simple formats, this is really the first one that comes to mind. I mean, let's be honest, there's 2 whole ounces of gin in here and I barely even tasted it. That is the quintessential definition of a well-rounded drink. And I mean, this honestly might be a top 5 favorite drink of mine. So yes, if you are a more experienced, more advanced drinker that has had cocktails all around the world, or if you're a more novice drinker and you've only have ever experienced Jack and Coke, try this cocktail out. You know, go to a craft cocktail bar if you can and ask for one, or make it yourself at home. And I think you will not be disappointed whatsoever. With that being said, guys, thank you for watching this week's episode, and I'll catch you next week for the next round. Peace.